in Monkey D.
There
Jack's.
is no pirate part of it.
Let me see what they have to say though. As the most wanted criminal in the world and the leader of the revolutionaries, Dragon is by no means weak. His influence spreads across various countries as he disrupts the world government's plans from the shadows. Despite much being unknown about Dragon, his deep hate for the world government is plain for everyone to see. With great power and influence at his command, becoming the Pirate King is not out of place, even though he is not a pirate. I mean, with that line of thinking, I can see where Game Rant's coming from.
Yeah, I see like all the elements of someone who was trying to be a pirate king. The goal is, I think, just extremely different. Pirates just like want the freedom of the adventure. Dragon's trying to have freedom of oppression.
And I'm completely with you in terms of strength. I think Dragon is in the top 10, arguably top 5 conversation strongest One Piece characters alive today. And we can look at Sabo and his influence and how he was recently crowned the Flame Emperor and things like that. Dragon is definitely a beast. Let's keep going. All right, this is getting wild already. At number 8, Trafalgar D. Water Law.
Well, Law, I kind of feel like Law is like the Whitebeard of this generation, like, but a little still different. Like, Law doesn't fit that Pirate King bill for me. He's like he's just one of those pirates that, like, he will go down as one of the greatest pirates to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not top 1 or like, but he's definitely like a top tier dude for sure.
Law ain't got about 2 months left to live.
Okay.
He is one of the greatest strategists of the worst generation, but his leadership skills sometimes get thrown by the wayside because we haven't seen great demonstrations of it because of his crew. I've said this before and I'll say this again, the Heart Pirates are a bad crew. They do not have the personnel to really compete in the new world. It really is law or bust. I'm gonna say it one more time. It is law or bust, all right? I don't want to hear about Beppo. I don't want to hear about Jean Bart. I don't want to hear about anybody else. His crew really needs some help. And the fact,
how come we never seen Beppo get a Sulong form or just anything of that matter? Like, we didn't see everybody turn into these demons, and then Beppo is just there. Like, we gotta see Law's crew do something, bro. Like, man, even kids too. Like, Kid has killer, but like, we gotta see something from him. They crew too.
He has to ally himself with a Straw Hat Luffy on multiple occasions. He has to ally himself with a Eustace Captain Kidd on multiple occasions. To me, I don't really see Pirate King in Law's agenda right now. I don't really see that happening.
He's more like has a knowledge of what he needs to do to try to get to Laugh Tale first, I guess.
Just think about Law in Roger's position.
His crew is definitely not even close to being a Pirate King crew.
Roger, Whitebeard, you know, Luffy, Shanks, those characters are more ready to work on the fly. Law is not a work on the fly type of person. I feel like in order to be the Pirate King, you need to have that part within you. Dragon has it more than Law, I feel like. We saw when Blackbeard pulled up, he was able to make moves. Now he's with Ivankov on his island and all these things. The Revolutionary Army is able to shift and make moves on the fly. Law is not really capable of that. He needs a set plan. He needs set crewmates, allies. I don't know if that really fits with a Pirate King. At number 7, Game Rant went with Eustace Captain Kidd. Kidd has Conqueror's High. Would he make a great Pirate King to you?
I mean, the only difference between him and Law is, you know, he got Killer, really. The rest of his crew is not really Pirate King level crew either.
Hey, Killer or dog, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Killer is a dog. But does Law not have Conqueror's Haki either? Or, like, have we not seen it yet? I'm still, like... I just got to the part where they started fighting Kaido and Big Mom, so I haven't, like, got into it yet till the fights or anything like that, so... Or, like, I don't read the manga either, so I don't really know if he has Conqueror's Haki or not.
I don't feel like Kid be overhyping himself up. He's been humbled, but he still hasn't been humbled. Still keeps like thinking he's like, oh yeah, I can handle all these Yonko by myself, but I can do all this stuff. I was like, no, bro, you can't.
But I will say that Captain Kidd does have Conqueror's Haki. And I feel like having Conqueror's Haki, it does kind of put you in a different bracket. Because we know having Conqueror's Haki, that means that you have that Supreme King's will to go to be that best, to be a kingly-like character. And that's what the Pirate King is. So just Kidd having Conqueror's Haki makes me believe that maybe he could be in that conversation. All right, so at number 6, Imran said that Big Mom would make a great Pirate King. I disagree.
She is a great pirate, but in terms of like running a pirate era, everybody kneels down to you. It's Kaido, Big Mom, and Whitebeard. So I can see why they have her in a conversation, especially if she come from that.
But I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna be real with y'all. before Whitebeard died, Kaido and Big Mom wasn't really doing nothing. They was just in their own little situation. They wasn't even really trying to. Well, Kaido was about to go to Marineford. Big Mom wasn't really on nothing. She was really waiting for Whitebeard to die to even do anything for real, for real. So, you know what I'm saying? But I see where they're coming from.
With Roger.
One thing I'll say about Big Mom, she was a great member of the Yonko in the sense that she had her territories unlocked. She was able to amass one of the strongest crews that we've seen in the One Piece world, and her strength could compete with a Kaido. And she was on the Rocks Pirates crew, so she has the history there to back it up. But
hey, that crew is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Big Mom, I know they're younger, but Big Mom, which is probably like a prime Big Mom. Whitebeard, Kaido, granted he's younger, but Kaido and Rocks. We don't know a lot about Rocks, but we know that man is tough.
But Big Mom's not keeping up as a Pirate King. First of all, hunger pains. Are you serious? Destroying all within your path because you were hungry? Those things cannot happen. You having your entire whole cake territory getting ransacked, run through by other members of the worst generation pirates, and then having to go to Wano to ally with Kaido just to lose is bad. That's horrible. That is not Pirate King status to me. To be a Pirate King, you have to make sure your crew's safe before you even start forming any alliances, and then having a great plan to move forward. Big Mom overestimated her skill. She overestimated her abilities based on what she was able to accomplish in the past, and that's why we don't know where she is right now. Big Mom.
I think it wasn't necessarily, it probably was an overestimation, but I think it was more of an underestimation of the people she was going against. Also, I just feel like when it comes to older characters like that, we see it, like, even with Whitebeard, like, we see a lot of durability feats, but when it comes to, like, power, they don't really, like, she really kind of get hold when it comes to that situation, because they...
It's great when you're talking about taking over territories. But outside of taking over territories and finessing people, like how she tried to finesse German 66, I think Big Mom has a lot of questions in terms of her leadership. Her crew literally got knocked off by Marco while they were on their way to Wano. These things can't happen.
She definitely is still too immature as well. She's kind of still playing like this game, like everything's a lullaby, everything's a musical, or she's not really like focused. She too like focused on keeping her little worlds the way it is. That's why she turned all those people to homies.
It's not happening. It's not happening. All right, so at number 5, Game Rant said Blackbeard would make a great pirate king. Because he is parallel to Luffy in the sense that, you know, Luffy's on one side of the coin, Blackbeard's on the other.
Person,
I can see Blackbeard being a pirate king. Now, obviously, he would be an evil version of what Luffy is. We get all of that. Because Blackbeard does not care about any human life. He has no regard for it. He would backstab his own friends. He killed Thatch. But in terms of ambition, he's just as ambitious as anybody in this conversation.
Also, I feel like Blackbeard's one of those guys that's always been really tapped in, you know what I'm saying?
All right, we got a good one here. At number 4, they said Kaido.
You would think the man was king of the pirates, to be honest with you. The way you say Kaido's name, and everybody, ooh.
He's definitely a Pirate King type character. The strongest creature in the world. We know that he was in the mix fighting some of the strongest characters in the One Piece world, because when you look at his top 5, his Fab 5, I mean, Whitebeard, Roger, Rocks, Odin, Shanks. These names are some of the most legendary names in the entire One Piece world, and Kaido has placed himself in that category. And not many would argue to take him out. Beast Pirates, he did an absolutely great job. When you're looking at what Big Mom did with Whole Cake, they are in that same category. Him having territories unlocked, and he literally was part of the whole underworld making of the...
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, 1000%. A lot of Big Mom's children is garbage. Like, they, as far as like their like fighting ability to like do something, they're trash. I'm gonna be real. Pedospedo, that dude with the candy cane, he is garbage to me. I'm gonna be honest, bro. If it ain't Katakuri or the biscuit dude, or like the sweet generals, besides Pedospedo, they garbage. I'm gonna be real, bro.
Mild devil fruits, and we see what happened in Killer. Killer still can't stop laughing to this day.
Ruined the whole town.
I mean, we know what Kaido has done.
Yeah, I think Kaido equates being Pirate King with like being the strongest. If anybody's gonna be Pirate King, They don't have to challenge my strength. So
I mean, and I don't even debate that. You know, being a strong character in One Piece world and being the Pirate King, kind of synonymous at this point. The only character that may be able to pull it off that's not the strongest would probably be Buggy, just off of finesse.
Yeah.
Gonna need to be able to box.
Be number like 2.
I hope not. If Buggy is on this list, I might walk out. I'm letting y'all know right
I
now.
wouldn't be mad
All right,
at that,
so
though.
things are heating up. And number 3, they went with Rocks, man.
I feel like he had to be the one running. Like he had to have had second place.
Yeah, I want to see what they had to say with Rocks. Being the captain of characters who later became emperors of the sea is nothing short of impressive, and that is what Rocks did. If Garp and Roger did not combine strengths to defeat this horror, his chances of becoming the Pirate King were quite good. This says everything.
I feel like they just said it was 100%. Like,
yeah. Looking at his crew and what he did, I feel like, yeah.
I feel like Rocks had to be the final boss.
It's getting interesting now. Yeah. We're in the top 3, and I haven't seen Shiki's name at all.
And we gotta, bro, I ain't gonna lie, since it is the final saga, we gotta start seeing a lot more of these characters. We gotta see some Rocks fights. We gotta see Garp in action. I heard he was finna get in action. Gotta see Dragon. We gotta see a lot of these people. And I feel like Oda will do that, you know what I'm saying? And I just, man, you know what? I'm not even gonna talk about it.
But Shiki was a big rival
I'm not even
of Roger. But when you're thinking about it from a different perspective, you can say that Shiki's captain, Rocks, was even more of a threat. I still think Shiki needs a spot on this list, but having Rocks in this conversation, yeah, you got to put him there. All right, at number 2, they got one of the GOATs. Shanks is in the building. Shanks made an appearance. I completely agree.
Yeah, I would say right now he's probably the closest in the running.
Yeah, and he modeled his crew after Roger, who literally was the Pirate King. So I don't see any real strong cases against this. You could talk about his power in the One Piece world. Currently, I believe Shanks is number 1. I think unless there's some unknown characters that we don't know about, or maybe you can make a case about Eam and the Goro say Eam might be number 1, depending on if Eam can actually box. We don't know all these things. There's a lot of unknowns and what ifs. But for what we do know right now, alive in the One Piece world, I currently have Shanks at number 1. I believe his haki cannot be messed with by anybody. At number 1, they put up my GOAT, man, Whitebeard. Edward Newgate, you know me.
I mean, but here's the thing though. So Luffy's not on this list at all.
That's.
I mean, they probably was like going with other people like besides the obvious. But then again, the people who make these lists are they're pretty slow. But I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. But I didn't read it, so they probably didn't say it, like not including Luffy. So, jeez.
Oh man, they got Law, Kid, and Blackbeard on this list.
Well, let's say Whitebeard should definitely be here, right?
Absolutely.
Because he was sitting right before the throne.
But then I feel like they should have put Rocks first, though, in terms of who was closer.
Yeah, but not having Luffy here is
Law, Kid, and Blackbeard.
Yeah, not having Luffy here is blasphemy.
And then they had Law, and Kid, mind you, above Blackbeard in placement. But you know, hey, we got Big Bob on this list.
Shiki should have been here. We already know Straw Hat Luffy should have been here. They got Shanks.
Dragon, I wasn't mad at. Luffy or Law Kid, I definitely think Luffy could take one of their places.
You guys let us know down in the comment section below, man. Do you agree with this list? If not, let us know which characters you think deserve to be on this list or deserve to be taken off. With that, we'll see you next time.
Alright, y'all, that's the end of the video, man. It was a decent video, man. I think the list is interesting to say. But a lot of it wasn't bad. Like, they added some characters who could be in the running, like a good amount. So, but that's the end of the video. Y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe. Let's go in for the new year, man. New year, new us, bro. Let's grind for it. And I'm out, man. Peace.
Ain't no way, who the fuck said we ain't gon' win? Hop on the track and go in. Mr. already done it, I did it before, and I fuck around, do it again. Say hard, man, he run his mouth so much, he'll piss himself when we spin.